banking is a very popular phrase in the real estate sector in Abuja, and it's a major strategy for those who want to build wealth in the real estate sector. But the question is there truly or is there land banking in Abuja? In Abuja, can you engage in land banking? Particularly because in this day and time where we have a new sheriff, the new minister of the Federal Capital Territory, who has been or who has brought in the impression of land revocation in Abuja, or in fact, not just an impression, the reality of land revocation in Abuja. Is it safe to continue, or is it safe to do land banking in the real estate sector in Abuja? This video is going to answer all of your questions and help you avoid any issues if you desire to do land banking in Abuja. And I don't know if I should say, yes, there's land banking in Abuja. So it means you have to watch this video to the very end so that you know the answer to the question and know how to avoid any issues of any sort as it relates to doing land banking in Abuja. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Raymond Ijoma, and I am the lawyer that loves real estate, or if you like, the real estate entrepreneur that sees law as a tool in the best interest of my clients. This video is brought to you by Fortreal Rei Ltd, a real estate company right here in the city of Abuja. And as a company, we are 100% committed in ensuring that you get the best of real estate here in Abuja. We don't just want to share those amazing and strategic opportunities with you. We also want to educate you. That's why we're doing this video, so that you know how to safely and rightly invest in the beautiful city of Abuja and, of course, Nigeria by extension. So it means that you definitely should subscribe to this channel, like this video, drop a comment for us, appreciate what we are doing, and whenever you are ready for business, you can reach out to the number showing somewhere on your screen. Of course, you can also reach out for further inquiry or anything as relates to real estate investment or things you don't understand as relates to real estate in Abuja. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get it right into the conversation. I think it makes sense to, we've done a number of videos as relates to land banking generally. All right, so you may want to check them out on this channel so that you get proper explanation. I've looked at what is land banking. I've looked at strategies and steps to land banking, doing it the right way and all of that. I've looked at my own personal regrets doing land banking. You may want to check out that video because it's a very, very important video. And I mean, you just have to check those videos out because they're amazing videos to watch as it relates to land banking. But because of this particular video, I'll just do a very brief introduction to what land banking is. Land banking is basically that strategy that you can employ in the real estate sector to build wealth. And specifically, what land banking means is buying a land, keeping it for a while. A while can mean a very long time, depending on what your definition of a while is. All right. So, but the whole idea of land banking is buying the land, keeping it, and then after some time, you say either you build on it or resell it for profit purposes or whatever reason that you bought the land. But the whole idea is that you keep it. You keep it for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and we are going to explain how to do that safely, right? So that is the whole idea of land banking. And in terms of the benefits of land banking, I mean, one cannot overemphasize the importance because it's indeed a major strategy to build wealth in the real estate sector in Nigeria. In other words, as you're buying the land and keeping it, and of course, the environment is developing, it's increasing in value, and then appreciating, the cost is increasing. In other words, you can buy land for 5 million and sell it at 25 million. You can buy land at 5 million or 1 million and sell it at 100 million. It's only a question of time, and that is the power of land banking. All right, so that's that. So the next question now is there still land banking in Abuja now that we have a new sheriff who revocation happens, right? So that's a very important question. The answer to that question is yes and no. The answer to the question is yes and no. One thing you have to realize is that the Abuja real estate sector, or the Abuja real estate sector is very unique, both in terms of title, administration, and everything in between, right? So if you're doing real estate in Abuja, you have to do it professionally, if you ask me, because it takes a professional to know what's up, what's happening in the sector, and how it should be done, and all of that, right? So the question of whether there's still land banking in Abuja, the answer for me is yes and no. It is yes, because you can still do land banking in some places. It is no, because there are some places that you should not do land banking. That is why I will now define land banking into two, or categorize land banking into two, right? The first would be short-term land banking, and the second will be long-term land banking. Short-term land banking and then long-term land banking. In my opinion, short-term land banking should be between 2 years. Again, this is not professional advice. This is based on my experience and how I think that the system, the administration is moving, right? And of course, my experience doing this for a while. Now, my opinion is short-term land banking should be between, say, 2 years and 5 years, maximum of 5 years. Maximum of 5 years, and there has to be an explanation to that, an exception to that rather. While long-term land banking is, say, from 5 years and above, 5 years and above, right? And for Abuja, you can't do long-term land banking everywhere. You can only do it in certain locations, right? And those locations are locations that, one, are not very attractive at this point, or are not attractive at this point, right? People may not be living everywhere around that area yet, right? And then it's not an area that maybe the government is interested in at this point. And for those areas, you may be looking at either the outskirts, major outskirts of the city, right? Or the phase 5, the outskirts of the phase 5 of Abuja, and then some tiny outskirts or outside parts of the phase 4, right? Those areas can safely be used for some level of long-term land banking, but of course not forever, because as development is getting to those places, right, you definitely have to do something about your land, right? So let me step back a bit by saying that, of course, like I've mentioned already, land banking has serious benefit, but you have to do it in a particular way. And one of the reasons Abuja is again unique is because the Abuja land administration is designed in such a way that the city is developed. The city has to be developed, right? If everybody just has to, if people just buy land and just leave them forever, then we won't have a developed city to behold. Right, so that's the whole idea. So the administration, the sector is designed in such a way that areas are developed. You don't just leave land, buy land, and just leave them till whenever. And an entire road that's supposed to be full of houses, skyscrapers, and all of that are just occupied by bush or fence, and nothing is there. At that point, you are not contributing to the beauty of the city. Rather, you are making the city lack a certain level of aesthetics, right? So with that said, it's important that you understand that you cannot go and do long-term land banking in certain places in Abuja, say phase 1 of Abuja, right? Certain developed phases. Because some of these phases have some developed parts and undeveloped parts or developing parts, it is better for me to stay on the side of saying, if the place is developed, then it is safe to say that you shouldn't do long-term land banking in those places. You can only do long-term land banking in places that are developing or yet to be developed, right? But if you want to do short-term land banking, then it's okay to go. In fact, because of certain estate activities, when you're doing short-term land banking, even the estate themselves will give you, in your agreement or contract, you say that you have, say, between 2 years to build or 2 years to start building some. In fact, we have certain properties or products on our listing that you have to start building within 3 months, right? Because of certain things that apply within the sector. So properties, different locations, different terms and conditions. But that's why it's important that you ask the right questions. You communicate what your intention is, your purpose is to your broker, the professional that you are involving in the business. That's why, for me, I always say it's not just enough to have the money to want to buy land or make an investment. It's important that you involve professionals that will guide you in such a way that you know what you are doing and you do it the right way. And of course, the last, which just summarizes it, I think I've already addressed that issue, is the location. The location will determine whether you can do long-term land banking there or short-term land banking there. So the summary of my conversation is Is there still land banking in Abuja? The answer is yes. The answer is also no, depending on the location that you are looking to make or do that land banking. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this really explains my point. And if you need further clarification as it relates to location or anything about this subject matter or anything real estate, I'll be happy to attend to it. We'll be happy to respond to you as fast as we can. My name is Raymond Ijoma, and I am the lawyer that loves real estate. Or if you like, the real estate entrepreneur is law as a tool in the best interest of my client. This video was brought to you by Fortreal Rei Ltd. And as you can clearly see, we are passionate, we are committed to ensuring that you get the best of real estate investment in Nigeria. Not just the opportunities, but so that you are rightly educated so that you can make the right decisions. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, drop a comment, and reach out to the number showing somewhere on your screen. I guess we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.